advisors. And thank you very much, Brother Emerald, for this amazing and wonderful initiative that you have just started for this continent, especially to the young people across Africa. So as you have told, my name is Amos, and I'm pleased to join you today. And I'm very glad that we are all here today just to listen. To go straight away to our topic of today, and our theme, as highlighted in the discussion previously, is effective leadership. So I want to tackle effective leadership in another perspective, and I'm hopeful that my thoughts may be useful to you in one way or the other, but I want to make it as interactive as possible. So if you will have something, some comments, some suggestion after this, then you'll be free to reach out. So today we are going to look at 4 things. And for you to be a leader, there are some considerations that you need to take in place, or you need to work on. And one of the things that we are going to look at is, how do you prioritize your daily activities? Because we have very good leaders, but they don't know how to manage their time. They don't know how to prioritize which thing come first, which one come last. So at the end of the day, you have so much to deliver, but you don't have time, and you don't prioritize these issues based on the urgency. Then you end up that you have not achieved something that you are supposed to achieve within a span of time. So if you are listening, I would like you just to note some things down that we are going to talk about today that I think may be useful to you in your daily undertaking. Now, I want us to focus on 3 things about issue. And one of the things that I want to look at is a box triangle. I wish I could have somewhere to draw it, but now this being a virtual, I think you'll receive the drawing later on. But I want to focus on, if you are listening, you can write down these important things. We have urgent. We are going to tackle them based on their breakdowns. So we have issues that comes daily in, and we have what is called the urgent issues. Now, how do you tackle urgent issues in your daily undertaking? One of the things that you need to do when you're tackling your urgent issues is that you have to do it now if it is something that is urgent. And if it is urgent and important, it can be urgent and not important. But if it is urgent and very important, you need to do it like yesterday, like you need to do it like today. Let's take, for example, somebody was very sick and you have been informed, or somebody has gotten an accident and you have been informed that you need to be there to donate blood. So that means that it's something that cannot be postponed, because it's a matter of life and death. So what you need to do is you need to organize yourself to find ways to be on that particular place. You need to identify where the person is, the victim, whether he's in hospital or is just still lying somewhere and taking some first aid. So that means that issue is very urgent. So when an issue is an urgent, you do it at that particular time. There's some noise. I don't know where it's coming from.
Okay, let me check. Let me.
Yes. Then we have those issues that are very urgent, but they are not important. So for issues that are not urgent and they are not important, what you can do is this. You can have what is called, you schedule time and you do what is called, when can you do it? Like, for example, the issues with booking flights, the issues of answering certain emails. You know, there are some emails that are not urgent. So you schedule your time, you arrange your day in a way that at this particular time, I know this issue is not urgent, but it's very important. So at this time, let's say, for example, at around 2 p.m. tomorrow, I'll be doing this issue. I'll be responding to this email, or maybe it was a flight that you are supposed to book. You are supposed to travel somewhere, but the time is still far. So you say, by this particular time, I shall have booked my flight. Now you see it is an important issue, but it is not urgent, though it is important. So that means that it can wait. Are we together? So anything that can wait, you don't give them priority. Then we have things that are very important. They're very important, but they are not important. So things that are not important, what you can do is that you can delegate. And when can you delegate this? You can appoint somebody to help you do this. Maybe, for example, maybe you need to do some delivery somewhere for a client. Maybe you are in a business. You can delegate that duty to somebody to do it. So most of the time, what we do as leaders, we want to do everything at a go. Like, you want to be everywhere, which is not possible. So for you to be an effective leader, what you need to do is that you need to identify those issues that are not important, and you delegate them to individuals whom you trust and whom you are sure that they are going to deliver in regards to what you want to be done. Then we have those issues that are, they are very important, yes, but they are not urgent. So how can you tackle those ones? Those issues that are not important, but they're not important, but they are, they are important, but they are not urgent. So what you can do is you decide. And by deciding, you need to find time on it also. Like, for example, if you are given a research, if you are taking maybe your master's and you are given a research, you need to decide, what time will I be doing this particular research? When are the deadline? What am I expected to tackle? So once you are able to decide, then you find your day is well organized in regards to what you want to deliver. Then we have those issues that comes in our daily life, but they are less important and they are not urgent. You know very well that there are things that are not important for you and they are not urgent in your life. So what do you do with such issues, ladies and gentlemen? What you do is this: you delete them from your urgent matters. You delete them from your diary. Like, for example, let me give you an example. Like watching a television, is not a priority for your daily life. You can decide to eliminate it from your plannings. Like maybe checking social media, trying to sort out through things in your junk email, trying to do away deleting some of your emails. Those are things that they are not urgent and they are not important. Of course, they may be important in one way or the other, but they don't need that aspect of urgency. So what you need to identify, ladies and gentlemen, when you are tackling your daily life, as I've told you, you break it in a diagram form, which I'll also share with you. I think you'll have it, hopefully by grace of God, tomorrow. Is you have to arrange it in a way that if it is an urgent issue and important, you do it today. If it is an urgent issue, but it is not important, you do what we call delegation. You delegate. But if the issue is not urgent and it is important, you decide a time that you need to do that particular issue or that you need to tackle that particular problem. But if the issue is not important and it is not urgent, you delete it from your schedule. So once you are able to do that in your daily undertaking, you will realize that you will achieve a lot of things within a year, a lot of things within a month, and a lot of things within a span of your life, as far as you'll stay in this world. So one of the reasons why we don't have effective leaders is that we have poor managers of good leaders. And you can only be a good leader when you know how to manage yourself. If you can't manage yourself, then you can't be a good leader. So today, I just wanted us to tackle on that basic part of how do you plan your urgent issues? How do you prioritize your daily undertaking? Once you are able to prioritize your daily undertaking, then you'll notice that you'll achieve your objective, or you'll achieve your goals of the day or goals of the month or even goals of the year. So I think I'll leave it with there because I just wanted to tackle that for today. And I know we'll still be meeting in different engagements. But what are we taking home today? Number one is that for you to run your daily activities, you must prioritize on them based on urgent and important, not urgent, but important. Then we have urgent and not important. Then we have not urgent and not important. And as I just summarized, I've said that if the issue is urgent, what you need to do, if the issue is urgent and important, you do it now. If the issue is not urgent but important, you decide, you schedule a time when you will need to do it. But if the issue is urgent but not important, you delegate. You can identify somebody you trust. And if the issue is not urgent and it is not important, you delete it from your schedule so that you don't have bulk of the things, and then at the end of the day, you waste a lot of time. So that is what I wanted to share today, ladies and gentlemen. Welcoming reaction from you people. And if you have any comment, question, then I'll be able to respond to it.
Thank you so much for this session. I will want if you have any questions, you can raise up your hand first. Questions, what's it called? Raise up your hand. Can I see your hand up? If you
or you can just unmute, or they can just unmute.
Okay. We want it to be kind of we want it to be kind of orderly. Do you have anybody with questions? Anyone with question? Okay. Okay. I will ask questions based on sir. How do we look at situations where? Okay, you have a question. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Mohamed Musa. I think Mohamed has an issue with his internet.
Mohamed, you can do something. Type it in the chat box, Mohamed.
I am.
Mohamed,
are you hearing me out?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear you. Proceed.
Okay. You said the thing is urgent and important. We have to do it now. And if this is not important, this is returned back to the decision, right?
Mohammed,
Hello.
there's noise in your background. Do
Yes.
put it in the comment box, please. Put your question in the chat box. Mohammed, please put your question in the chat box so that the noise shouldn't be too much. Put your question in the chat box. Do we have any other person that want to ask question? I will try as much as possible to ask one or two questions from here. I hope Mohammed is putting his question down in the comment box. Okay. Let me ask this question. One of the things we observe about leadership, again, generally with young people, we are not taking it into governance now, but we also believe that governance, leadership and governance starts from young people, how they manage to lead their lives well and other things like that. Now, then one of the things I have discovered personally, and I know some people might also observe, is that now what if you are in about 2-3 organizations? How do you ensure that you effectively navigate and of course manage your time very well in that situation? And then number 2 is that if you have a business or school and everything, and it's clashing with some other engagements, probably your volunteering work in organization, everything, how do you tackle that one as well?
Okay, so if you are present in other organization, and also if you are doing business and you are in doing business and you are also going to school, right? If I get your question, how do you go about that?
Yes.
So I want to give you an example of how my day runs so that I'm able to answer that question. Each and every of us have what is called life cycle, and each of us have their daily planning on how they run their thing. At some point, you need to be at work. At some point, you need to read. At some point, you need, maybe those who have family need to be with their family. At some point, you need to do your business. At some point, you also need to just have your own time, just to relax and do your own thing. So what do you do when you are in different organizations? Myself, I'm in quite a number of organizations. Some I'm advisor to those organizations. Others are a member of those organizations. What you need to know in those organizations is you cannot be everywhere in terms of attending all the activities of the organization, but you can identify those crucial meetings and crucial engagements that you need to be there, and you do what we call, you diarize them, like you put them in your diary based on priority. Like for example, there is for example, you are in an organization that maybe you are the chair and you cannot miss a meeting. You prioritize. But if you are in an organization where you are a member and you just want to attend and listen to a few things that are going on, you can decide to be attending those particular meetings, maybe for example, twice after a certain period of time, for example, twice a year or even thrice a year, so that you don't have to be there everywhere, and other places that you are a leader, you are not present. So you diarize them, you put them on your diary based on priority and based on what you need to gain from the particular organization. You know, some of us have so many organizations that are not helpful. If the organizations are not helpful to you, then you need to prioritize, and the one that is least helpful, you put them down. Like you don't give them so much priority. Of course, I know some organizations that they're both important and sometimes their meeting clash. So if you notice that the meetings are clashing, then maybe you can request for a recording of that particular engagement so that you're able to follow up. And next time when they will be having an initiative or an activity, you don't miss now. Now you attend that particular activity. Now, in my scenario, this is how my day runs. In the morning, I read at around 3. Then I wake up, I do what is called refreshing up. Then I just prepare to go to work. Then work in the morning at 8 a.m. to about 9. I respond to emails. Then about 9 to 11, I call or I receive calls that I think are very important. And also I attend meetings. There are those brief meetings that are normally between that time. But in the afternoon hours now, I make follow-up if I'd given out attacks to somebody, or if there is something that I was supposed to do, but I didn't tackle, I do a research in terms of just following up. Then now from around 4 is now time that now I just go through some of the information, maybe on social media, if it is necessary, or I try to respond to those emails that I left that I didn't respond to, that were not urgent. So that is how my daily work. Then in the evening, I come back to business. I have business that I run. So in the evening, I just follow up on the business aspect. Then I also attend class. So during the weekend, my classes are every Friday, the whole day, and on Saturday, the whole day. So I attend my classes on that particular day. And then on Sunday, I spend little time in business again and relax, and also try to read some scriptures here and there. And if possible, if I can attend some online church service. That is how my day runs. So if you want to have a smooth day, you must just plan yourself based on priority, as I said. If something is not urgent and is not important, please just delete it from your schedule, because it will waste a lot of your time. So I think I've answered the question, Emerald.
Okay. Yes, I think on that point is, despite the fact that they plan and prioritize and analyze, sometimes they get drifted away. They get to they get distracted. They might be they want to do this one, and they now get, or they have planned, I'm supposed to attend this meeting. I'm supposed to attend this meeting. I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to do this. But on the long run, they see another thing, and they how do they avoid distractions, and of course ensure that they follow with plans.
I think that is a good one. One of the things that you need to do is that if, for example, you are attending a function and your phone is off, you simply switch it off, or you put it on a flight mode so that nobody distracts you. And another thing that you need to know is that you can always call people back. You can always return some emails later. You tell them, oh, I was occupied in this time, so I'm sorry I was not able to reach out to you. But what do you feel we can schedule it to this particular time that you are less busy? So once you're able to know how to respond to things, you'll realize that you'll be able to tackle a lot of things, and you'll be able to achieve all these issues that are pending.
Okay. As I think he has answered a lot of questions here. Now, do we have any question again from anyone?
I'm seeing Mohammed is asking a question there, that what if the thing not urgent and important? Remember what I told you before. If something is not urgent, but it is important, what you need to do is you need to decide. And what do you do by deciding? You decide on the time that you need to do that particular thing. For example, as I said, maybe calling family or researching on something. Those are things that are very important, because your family life is very important. And doing a research for a particular thing is also important. So what you need to do is you schedule a time. What time do I need to talk to my family, or my mother, or somebody, or a relative, or a colleague? So you see, the issue is very important. but it is not urgent. You get it? So if it is not important, it's not urgent, you just schedule the time. Once you schedule, you will realize that you will be able to tackle it. I think I've answered Musa.
Musa, I hope your question has been answered. Okay, I think he's not picking up yet.
Yes, you have answered. Thank you.
Then, let me ask the final question. Some people have problem with procrastination. You know, we talked about effective leadership, your ability to, but people have problem with procrastination, and then of course laziness. They just feel lazy in doing some things. That's why the fact that they have written a lot of goals and a lot of tasks to be done. Sometimes they are even given tasks, they feel lazy to do it and other things. How do they tackle this laziness?
Thank you, Amiral. You know, as I said, you know, one of the reasons why we have procrastination is because people don't prioritize. If you don't prioritize on what you want to achieve, you will keep on procrastinating. You'll keep on postponing the issue towards another day. Like, for example, you need to read another book and the book is less than 50 pages. You say, oh, today I'm tired, I'll read it tomorrow. And it's a book that you can read within even 20 minutes and you're done. So the quick way to solve the issues of procrastination is just by prioritizing and doing it that time. For example, in the matter of urgency, or in the matter of during the time that you have free time, there are things that you can do without postponing them. But the problem we have with people is that we are not, that we have a lot of things to do, but we are very lazy. Like somebody is lazy to wake up very early in the morning to read. Or maybe if you are not a morning person, you are very lazy to do a particular thing when you are free, yet you find that during time, that bracket of time, you have a lot of time to scroll down to your phone on social media and to listen to gossips and music that doesn't have value to you, that doesn't add any value to your life. So those are the results of postponing of your issues. So if you don't know how to prioritize based on your daily activity, and some of us don't even live with the schedule, like they don't have diary, even if it is virtual diary or hard copy diary. Some of us don't have it. So once you don't have your diary, then you'll end up messing up your entire daily schedule. You cannot achieve anything in your daily schedule.
Okay, that's a very good one. And finally, let me quickly ask a question on about, you are executive assistant to Professor Lumumba, and yes. I hope you share. I know you share the same ideology together. This ideology about Pan-Africanism, and how young people should take up the mantle of leadership and that. So let me just have your final words on young people as leaders of Africa.
Thank you, my brother. I think one of the things that we need to learn as young people is that we must learn to help each other. We must learn to support each other. The problem why the Agenda 2063 has not been realized is not even the AU problem also, but it's also the problem of we young people. Look at now what has been happening in different African countries when there are riots. How many young people come out clearly and demonstrate, for example, have peaceful demonstration like what I saw in Accra, Ghana? Very few. That is one instance. How many young people support one another when they are in diaspora? For example, you meet an African from Cameroon or from Guinea-Bissau or from Lesotho or from Zambia or from South Africa or from Nigeria. How do you handle that? We are all enemies, like we don't appreciate what others are doing in those particular areas. If somebody is a doctor, all you look is a way to pin him down, or you think that you are better than that person in a way. So we don't support each other, we young people in Africa. The moment we learn the spirit of collaboration, the moment we learn the spirit of partnership, the moment we learn the spirit of teamwork, like now what is happening here, trying to bring young minds together to share their opinions and their idea and to listen on how we can grow together, then we will not achieve the Pan-Africanism ideology. Because if you learn from our forefathers or the founders of Pan-Africanism, that is Kwame Nkrumah, Thomas Sankara, Modibo Keita, Ahmed Bebela, Steve Biko, Julius Kamarage Nyerere, and so many others. One of the things that they had, the ideology that they had, or something that I wish to share with you that are lacking in the current generation, is that they learned from each other. How many young people are willing how many young people across Africa are willing to learn from each other than few like you people who are here? Very few, very few. Most of the time we are full on social media trying to bring others down, trying to say how something is bad. We have very good objections from people. We have very good, we know how to point so many problems. But how many of us can provide solutions for those problems? Very few of us, or even none. So we must begin to learn to appreciate one another. It starts with appreciating what Emerald is doing. It starts with appreciating what Pride is doing, so that at the end of the day, we are able to move as a team. So that is what young people are lacking. Once we are able to do that and work together, then trust me, the spirit of unity, the spirit of Pan-Africanism will always live with us.
Thank you so much, Mr. Amos. We really appreciate. Thank you for your time here. It's a wonderful time with you, and we hope you help us extend our greetings to Prof. And then hopefully we are going to see him during the Africa Youth Conference in November. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, my brother Emirhan, for the good work you're doing. I'm going to extend your regards to Professor, who is in now Somaliland. As soon as he returns, then I'll be able to extend that that greetings. But I'm very happy with the team that you have. It doesn't matter even if you are few. You know, one of the reasons why we don't succeed in Africa is that we think that when we have large numbers, then we win it all. I want you to read the story of Jesus. I know some of you are even Muslims. If you are Muslims, you can also read Quran, because I think these still relate. Jesus only used 12 disciples to reach the entire world. Ask yourself, you are now around, you are not many here in this group. You can still reach many people with this number that you have. Start with few as you are. What you need to do is that you just play your part, and prioritize, as I've told you before. Once you play your part and you prioritize and you be there for one another, you work as a team, then we are going to achieve a lot in this continent. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. God bless you.
Thank
you. It's nice being with you. We are come to the end of the session. Thank you everyone for joining. And then of course, other information will be passed across as soon as possible. Thank you. You cannot leave, and have a good week and a nice week ahead of you. Thank you once again, Mr. Amos.
Thank you.